Hi, this is LT Survival. In tonight's video, we're going to use the Lansky system to resharpen my knife. This knife has been used quite a lot and it needs a new edge. Stay tuned. Okay, the first step we're going to do for sharpening our edge, since this is an old edge that's been done free-handed on the stone, we're going to mark the edge. So that way we're going to know if the Lansky system is putting that bevel all the way from forth to back on the edge. So if we're not just sharpening the beginning or the top part of the edge. So basically take a Sharpie and you color the edge of the knife as so. Try to be equal on it and let it dry, and then you can start. First of all, I'm just going to show you back the Lansky system. It's a 4-stone system. I do not have the serration, so I do not need the triangular part of the triangular stone. So I have coarse, medium, soft, and extra soft in ceramic. So we put some oil on it, we clean them up. That's important to have a rag that doesn't leave any particle in the back, because it's gonna pop up once you put the oil on it. So what you hear is the dog going around, so you're gonna hear its paw for a while. So don't mind it. If it doesn't sit on the tripod, we should be okay. So stay tuned. Okay, the first stone we're gonna use, the coarse one. The first thing you have to know is which angle to sharpen your knife. So usually utility knife or hunting knife are at 20 degrees pretty much. So survival knife and large blade will go maybe to 30, 35, rarely above that, because an edge at 35 is already steep. So if you put 45, well, it's way too steep. It's not going to cut very well. You can try to measure it at the beginning with a dry stone, by putting it in through the clamp and going and checking with your eyes, eyeballing it basically, which angle this blade's been sharpened before. But as I say, usually 20 degrees is pretty good for a utility knife. And as you might have already know, sharpening with the Lansky system is basically going all the way to the back of the blade and back and forth. So this blade needs some attention. Well, one thing for sure, I'm not going to bore you to death with going back and forth with these. I'm just going to skip over and we're going to shut down the camera. I'm going to work this edge. Then we'll come back and I'll show you the second stone. And I'll come back at the last stone and we'll show you the final result at the end. So stay tuned. We'll be right back. Okay, when do you stop? Well, basically what you have to do when you put the Sharpie on is verify once in a while if you've taken off every part of the Sharpie. It might not be, and you check the edge. Once you're finished, basically the coarse side is finished. Then you flip the knife over and you start over again on this side. Always check your edge once in a while you're doing it, because at one point you'll feel the edge getting sharper, and that'll tell you if it's still centered or not, if you've taken too much material on the other side from this one. But usually with this Sharpie method, for the first stone, it's by feel. So we'll come back at the end when we're finished with the process. Stay tuned. Okay, we're at the last grit of stone. This is an ultra fine 1000. This is basically a ceramic rod or stone. We're just going over the edge of it to refine it. So basically, if you check it out, it's pretty sharp already. So I'm going to finish up the knife with the 1000, and then it's going to be leather stropping. So stay tuned. Okay, once we're finished, take off the knife, clean it up. The edge is pretty good. My old leather for stropping. I go to my leg, simply do on both sides of the leather. So the suede side, which is a little rougher. Don't have any compound on the leather. I could, but I don't. Flip it over. Do the smooth side of the leather. Brings the edge a little more refined again. Gonna use the edge of this paper. So basically, do the sharpness test, really trying to chip this thing as thin as possible. So we've got a pretty good edge. For half an hour of work, it's quite a good edge. So it's not much, just a little time, tender loving care on your blade, and you'll have really sharp blade. And that's by hand. You could probably achieve even more refined edge if you had more grit down, so 2000, 3000 grit. But for a hand sharpen, this is pretty good. And the advantage of the system with the bracket is that you keep a constant angle, so you don't change your angle, and it brings your knife really sharp. So hope you like it. If you like it, thumbs up, click like, share, subscribe as usual on YouTube. All the clicks you do helps us, and the more you share, the more people can see the video. So hope you enjoyed it. This is LT Survival. See you next video.